Radio. Good morning, good morning. This is Micah Ross, and you're watching Live, Think, Dream Big. We are on day 12 of the 40-day prayer fast. Good morning, and thank you for joining me today. I'm super excited. Today is day 12 of the 40-day prayer fast, and today's video is entitled "Have a Seed of Faith." That's what today is all about. Having a seed of faith, but understanding what that means and how to build on that. So thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time joining me on Periscope, give me a heart. Thank you guys so much for the heart. Appreciate all the love. Super excited about today. So welcome and good morning. My name is Micah Ross. You're watching Live, Think, Dream Big right here from Periscope. So all right, so let's dive into this, shall we? So okay, number one, understanding the power of a seed. Now, most people, seeds are seeds. You plant them in the earth and boom, some odd number of days later, you got a fruit or a tree or some type of plant. But understanding the power of that, now applying that same power, like just think about a sequoia tree. Sequoia trees are huge and they're like pretty much fire resistant and they can't really be harmed by insects that much. But a sequoia seed is actually the size of a tomato seed. When you cut open a tomato and you see how big the seed is, that's pretty much the same size. So just imagine, and then they have like a 2,000-year lifespan. So just put that in perspective for yourself as we go into this. So it's the same thing when you're applying the same kind of context to prayer. Understanding that faith is like a seed. And it has to be nurtured, has to be watered, and guess what? Eventually it will start to grow over time. Because sometimes you just can't rush certain things, especially with faith and prayer. Because remember, we're not talking about religion. We're not talking about how to be more religious. That's not what I'm here talking about. I'm talking about your faith and your relationship that you develop with God that helps you be a better you, help you achieve higher heights and get to your passions, your goals, and your dreams, right? So, number two is faith keeps dreams alive when it seems like it's dead and gone, like the dream doesn't exist anymore. But that's exactly what faith is. Faith and prayer are just like seeds, because guess what? We all have a dream, an idea, a vision for our lives, right? So imagine taking that same thing and planting it in the earth like a seed, and then you have to bury it, you have to water it, you have to do agriculture, all that fun stuff, and it's the exact same context. So when you bury it, meaning that when you pray, you go into your quiet time, meditation, all those good things, that you are helping this dream manifest into your life to be whatever it is that you have been called to be, and your divine appointments, assignment, all that great stuff. It all comes together when you have the faith of a seed, because eventually it starts from somewhere. Even the tiniest seed can become, really, one seed is pretty much a forest. I mean, that's how you have to really think about it when you're going into this 12th day of prayer and fasting. Okay, number three. This one I felt was really good. It's here it is. It's the speed of a seed, because sometimes we want God to answer it like that. Because think about our world today. Right now, we are on Periscope. Right now, you are in direct contact with me right now at this very moment. And if it's not me, then you're on the internet. You're probably texting someone and getting an immediate response. And that's sometimes how we look at prayer, that we want God to be like on speed dial, like, hey, God, I need this, boom. For real, bruh? Where it at? And we can't treat our prayers that way. We can't treat our faith that way, because this is not a microwave. This is a conventional oven where there is work involved with this, okay? So you have to think about the speed of a seed. When you think about any type of fruit, vegetation, it takes time for it to grow. You have to think like a farmer. You have to think like a person who is constantly, tending to their garden. I mean, literally, you have to have that kind of mindset. Also in my notes here, and mind you, I'm getting this from the book Draw the Circle by Mark Batterson. This is day 12, and I really like this chapter. It was also one of my particular favorites in this book. He says, think of things that you want. Think of things that you want and think of them in the context of a garden, any type of garden. He puts that in the book, and I thought that was really good. But then also think of this. The things that you do now, right now in life, are the things that will affect you in the future. So think about if you're trying to build generational wealth, or think about if you're trying to build a company that you want to leave for your future generation. So it's the actions of today, like I said, plan for, live for today, plan for tomorrow. So it's the actions that you do in today is how tomorrow will be interpreted, manifested, however you want to look at it. And thank you again for the heart. So you have to really think of it in that manner. I'm really serious about when it comes to prayer, because you have to have patience sometime when you're asking God for something and you're continuously asking him for something, but that prayer is not getting answered. Sometimes it takes time for those things to develop, because sometimes you're not in the right mindset, you're not in the right place, you don't have the right circle of people with you, and sometimes he needs to move you from one place and plant you somewhere else for you to grow and blossom wherever you are. Again, the blessings that you have today will also be blessings that you will have for many, many, many years after you have gone on to glory, after you have been taken, as they say, after the basic instructions of living on earth and you've gone home. These things that you do today will continue to ripple out throughout generations in your family, which I think is another really good thing. This is why I love this chapter. Number 4 is reaping and sowing. And I think this is a huge one, because imagine right now, if you have to reap something, first you have to sow it, right? You have to continue and constantly sow whatever it is you're trying to get, right? Whatever harvest you're trying to gather. So I like this because it really makes you think about it. And one of my good friends, Miss Sharice Richards, does a training on this topic where she talks about reaping and sowing. And she talks about in the context of business. So think about right now where you are. You could be trying to build yourself a YouTube channel. You're trying to build yourself a film career. Whatever it is you're trying to do, you have to sow first. You have to sow the relationships. You have to sow the talent that you have. You have to challenge it. You have to grow it. You have to, continue to build on it in order to be able to reap the harvest that comes in later of, of the success of your career, the ability that you have, and it's growing and getting better and stronger. So those are things you have to really think about. And I really, really do like that. And now, again, like I always say, don't stop praying. Don't stop nurturing your gifts, your talents, your abilities, because one day that gift, that talent and ability can be the reason that you have a roof over your head. So never stop. Don't ever, ever stop. And then number 5 is have the mindset of a sower. So a person who is constantly sowing, have that kind of mindset. Not in the sense of, focusing, because a lot of times we do this. We focus too much on the outcome instead of focusing on the input, what we're putting into something, realizing what we're going to get out of it. Because sometimes I even do that. Sometimes I'm so focused on the end result that sometimes I kind of forget about what I have to do to get the result, right? So that is something that I found very interesting, especially when reading the book. So I'm like, okay. So, another tip for you is to keep planting, keep watering, keep sowing, keep building, keep praying. Don't stop, even when sometimes, it seems like it's never going to grow. It's never going to manifest. You have to keep that mindset that this is going to benefit me. This is going to come out for my good. And then the benefit is that God gets the glory for it. So, keep these 5 tips in mind, because this, again, is one of my favorite chapters. I highly recommend that you guys go read the book. And as I always like to say, I really truly hope and pray that ears have received, that eyes have been opened. But again, most importantly, your mind has been renewed with the information God put on my heart to share with all of you. And hopefully you guys are beginning to take the few steps in life to live, think, and dream big. It's the only way to be in 2015 and beyond. How do we do that? By constantly choosing love over fear. Continue to sow love, and you'll continue to reap love every single day. Remember, we must celebrate life, live for today, plan for tomorrow, have a ripple effect wherever you are today. I'm throwing that out there for somebody. Continue to celebrate life, because all of you are so definitely worth celebrating. Or do something unique today. Go out and celebrate somebody else, even if it's not their birthday. Just make someone else feel good today. Put a deposit of love in someone else's bank today, and watch how it will come back to you tenfold. All right. So again, my name is Micah Ross. All of you have been watching Live, Think, Dream Big. Join me tomorrow for day 13. 13 as we jump further into the 40-day prayer fast, which I'm super excited about. I cannot believe this is actually happening. I have an appointment today, which I'm really excited about, and have a super packed weekend. Also, I'm making this huge announcement. If you guys are in the Los Angeles area, this Saturday is the Taste of Soul. So if you guys are in the Los Angeles area, make sure that you come out, because me and my team, we're going to be out there. We're going to be talking to people, walking around, doing some stuff, handing out samples. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure if you're in that area, come see me. I would love to meet you personally, as well as on Sunday and Saturday, it is the Women's Expo, the LA Women's Expo. I'm going to also be there as well, so make sure you come by and see me. If you catch me walking about, just be like, hey, Micah, how are you? I would love to meet you and get to know you personally. Super excited about that. And if you guys are watching from YouTube, do me a ginormous favor by thumbs up and subscribing to this channel. Also, I do apologize for the lack of videos on my YouTube channel. I've just been really busy, so I haven't been able to upload them, but these videos will be going on very, very soon. So thank you guys again for watching. My name is Micah Ross. This is Live, Think, Dream Big, and have a phenomenal day. See you.